In this episode of Getting to Know the TS27, I talk about what makes me rage, my video game and YouTube time management, and my high school experiences. But let's talk quickly about the gameplay in the background. It is some conquest domination on the map Ziba where I was playing with my boys, Knots Predator and Notorious DLB. We end up steamrolling this other team, and all three of us have a great game. There's a lot of sick moments in this gameplay, and there's even a really nice streak that I go on towards the middle of the game here. But I have some questions that you guys have asked me, so let's fucking do this thing. Starting Mad asks, what place would you most like to visit? Well, I went to South Africa for my honeymoon, and it was amazing. In case you missed that video from when I had just gotten back from my honeymoon, it's got some videos and some pictures in it from when I was there. Make sure you go check it out. I'll leave the link down in the description. But if I don't have to go back there again and I have to choose another different place, probably Antarctica, because my favorite animal is a penguin, and hint hint wink wink, in South Africa I did get to see some penguins, so there's a little spoiler alert for you. But another place I would like to visit is Uranus, even though that's not on Earth. Mr. Brawl 18 asks, you do a lot of wrestling quotes and sayings. Who is your favorite wrestler ever and now, if you still watch it? Well, I don't watch wrestling anymore, and that's simply because WWE focuses on the E and not the W, if you know what I mean. It's just a fucking male soap opera now. I don't like watching wrestling. I like actually watching people wrestle. I don't give a fuck about this moron talking up on a fucking soapbox for 5 minutes. Get the fuck out of here, man. Show me some fucking wrestling. And not to mention, all the fucking matches nowadays seem to end when somebody else jumps in or it's a fucking predictable result. But anyways, my favorite wrestler ever has gotta be Bret the Hitman Hart. I love the shades. That was the best part about him. He could take a bump and put on a show. So he was a pretty well-rounded wrestler, and he was both a good guy and a bad guy, or a face and heel if you're in the wrestling lingo. But when I used to do backyard wrestling, I modeled my character Buff Bryan after Buff Bagwell. In case you missed Getting to Know the TS27, I think it's like number 3 or number 2, whatever. I'll leave the link in the description. There's actually some footage of me doing backyard wrestling, which is pretty fucking hilarious. Next question, it's Honey Badger 123. What makes you pop a rager most out of anything in the world? I did a video way back at the end of Modern Warfare 3 about my pet peeves in response to one of my Body Tempted Swift's videos on pet peeves. So make sure you go check that out for the full gamut of things that fucking piss me off. It's both for in real life and Call of Duty. But the thing that makes me most pissed off out of anything is assholes that can't fucking drive. God fucking damn it. Why do idiots always seem to forget how to fucking drive in a parking lot? Signal. Stop at a fucking stop sign. Don't go through fucking parking spaces. Don't parking lot hop. Drive on the right side of the fucking road. Jesus Christ, that shit pisses me off more than anything. If you're in a fucking parking spot and backing out, I have the fucking right of way because I'm driving, not in a fucking parking spot, you douche canoe. In Call of Duty, it's basically people that just don't play the game the right way. I'm talking about the trick shotters, the fucking guys sniping in the back of the map when your team's losing and need to capture a fucking domination flag. And of course, boosters fit under that too. Boosting doesn't really make me mad anymore, just because I love going booster hunting and I want to break it up, but it still pisses me off that people fucking think that they can get away with it. Next question is from What's Up World, and he asks, if you could have a beer and talk to anybody from the past, who would it be? I would go with George Carlin here. I gave a different answer on Carlos Valdosta's Gentleman's Corner. Big shout out to Carlos. But I decided to fucking make a different answer here than there. And I picked George Carlin because he's one funny motherfucker. And he also is extremely smart and intelligent when it comes to politics. I've seen him on like Real Time with Bill Maher, which is one of my favorite political shows. Not only because it deals with politics, but it's also fucking funny. And he has pretty much the same worldview that I do, that people are fucking scum. Next question is from Serial Assassin. Since you do 20 videos a week, live stream all the time, in a kick-ass band, and work a full-time job, when does that poor wife of yours get any quality time with you? The answer, unfortunately, is pretty much never, which is actually becoming a bit of a problem now. The routine that I have is, wake up, go to work, come back from work. I have maybe about an hour in between when I get home from work and when the wife gets home from work, so I'll usually edit a video and, start making dinner. Because, if I don't have a fucking hot plate ready when she gets home from work, oh boy, I'm going to fucking hear it. No, I'm just kidding. And then we eat dinner together, and then we, hang out for maybe an hour, if that, and then we kind of go our separate ways. We're very much independent people. So I go back down here, and sometimes I'll stream, sometimes I'll do a video. She'll go upstairs to her craft cave. I have a man cave, she has a craft cave. She'll do some crafting projects and things like that. But we don't really spend that much time together, and it's becoming a problem. It's becoming an issue. So I'm going to definitely be spending some more time with her and spending less time on YouTube, especially because YouTube has been fucking awful lately, which I'm going to put out another video about sometime next week, so that's a whole nother commentary. But I also have so much gameplay that I don't really need to play any of the fucking games. If you looked at the list of videos that I have that I want to do and that I have gameplay for, it is literally about 50, 60 videos. So I have enough content to put out a video every single day for the next 2 months and not have to play one single fucking game. So really, there's no point in me playing the game unless some of my buddies want to play, and I have to focus on my real life instead of my quote-unquote virtual life, if you will. So I'm going to start playing a little bit less. However, Battlefield 4 beta is coming out on Tuesday, so I'm going to be playing the shit out of that. Next question, and it's kind of related to the last one, from Barney JVW Gaming. Why can't other commentators check out smaller channels like you? P.S. You're awesome. Lols. Thanks, Barney. The reason why, to be perfectly honest with you, it takes a lot of fucking time to go through my YouTube videos every week. Or every day, rather. What I do is, at the start of the day at work, I will go and click watch, add a bunch of videos that I want to listen to or watch to my watch later queue. And then what I'll do is, while I'm sitting at work doing my programming thing, I will listen to YouTube videos in the background. And if I hear something that catches my ear, I'll flip over to Internet Explorer, pause the video, write down whatever comment I want to write down in the comments section, and then keep going. And then when I'm done with all of those videos, then I'm done for the day. Usually there's about 20 to 30 videos on my watch later list every single day. Think about how long videos are, and think about the fact that there's 30 of them on this list. Usually my whole 8 hours a day at work, I'm spending listening to YouTube videos. I used to listen to music and podcasts on my iPod. I don't do that anymore. Now it's YouTube videos instead. So obviously this is extremely time consuming. And bigger channels don't get anything from watching a smaller channel, other than maybe Minnesota Burn stealing content. Excuse me, I had a little cough in my throat there. But really, the bigger channels don't really get anything out of watching smaller channels, For them, it's a business. Every time that they like a smaller channel's video, which has good content, they're potentially taking viewership away from their own content and their own channel, which means it's less money for them. So why the fuck would a bigger YouTuber do that? Me? I don't monetize my videos, so I don't really give a fuck. I watch content that I enjoy on YouTube, and I do YouTube to be entertained. Hi, Goose Ass. Since you've grown so much as a YouTube channel, why do you still check out the smaller guys, myself included? Just thought I'd ask. To be honest with you, smaller channels, most of the time, have better content than the bigger channels. The smaller channels, they are trying to make it in the world, if you will. Whereas the bigger channels, they've already made it. You know what I mean? They don't have to impress, really, anybody. And additionally, most YouTubers, all they do is just suck off the big fucking corporations and try and play into the money aspect of the game. They make the videos that will get them views. So if there's a hot topic on something, like, for example, Miley Cyrus twerking, they're going to make a video about it. Me, I don't fucking give a shit about half of the things that teenagers fucking care about. And let's be honest, the teenagers are the demographic that is going to get the bigger YouTubers the most amount of views and therefore the most amount of money. So I don't fit in big channels' demographic, and to be honest with you, their content is fucking garbage, most of them. Because even though they're getting paid and they're putting some effort into it, not nearly the effort that smaller channels do. Woody's Gamertag's content is terrible. Maybe the Tactical Tuesday was decent, but terrible. T. Martin, I loved his interactive search and destroy series, but he doesn't fucking do it anymore. All he does is these stupid fucking news videos that, hey, I don't fucking give a shit about, because normally I hear it before he does anyway. I don't really care, and a lot of other channels, I can go on and on. Wings of Redemption's content fucking sucks. He sounds like he's slitting his wrist every time he does a commentary. It sucks. When you force yourself to do YouTube and you don't do it for enjoyment, it'll show in your content. Next question is from Shoddy Boss. Was there anyone in particular that you look up to as far as video making goes? Probably El Presador. He entertains, and for me, that's what I do. I'm not the greatest gameplay guy, although I am pretty good at the games that I do play. However, I try and keep it entertaining, because that's what we're on YouTube for, is to be entertained. Gaming Ethos, out of every weapon in every shooter, what is your favorite gun ever? I'm going to go with a throwback weapon here. It's got to be one of two from Perfect Dark. The first one I could think of is the Slayer. It was a normal rocket launcher, but if you did the secondary function, it was a fly-by-wire rocket. What that means is you got to control where the rocket went after you pulled the trigger. Kind of like the Valkyrie rockets 10 years before the Valkyrie rockets actually were invented. Go fucking figure. Additionally, another gun I really thought was awesome was the laptop gun from Perfect Dark. It had 50 rounds in the magazine, it had a zoom scope, and not only that, its secondary function, you could throw it on a wall and it became a fucking sentry gun, mowing down the competition like a landscaping company. Pretty fucking awesome, if I do say so myself. Next question is from Akundo123. What kind of student were you in high school? Athletic, academic, or were you just that lazy guy that didn't give a shit? For me, I was a mixture of everything. I was that guy that everybody fucking hated in high school. I was the guy that never did homework, didn't really pay attention in class, slacked the fuck off, didn't read my reading assignments when I was supposed to, but yet my fucking grades were all A's still. I was that kid that everybody hated. Never studied, always fucking partied, always just did things with my buddies, and still got really good grades. My buddies, unfortunately, didn't get good grades because they weren't as fucking, I guess, smart as me. I just gave a shit. A little bit of a shit. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of shit. I tried when it came down to the wire and when it counted, on tests, and when I needed to do projects, I did them. But I also did sports. I was a 3-sport athlete. In my previous video, you'll see I did football, baseball, and basketball. I have some pictures of myself in some of those uniforms. And, of course, I was academic. When I graduated, I was ranked 27th out of over 400 kids in my class. That's pretty fucking good. But I fucking partied all the time. I never fucking stayed in and studied, and I was that kid that everybody hated in high school. The Gentleman 16 is, here's a question. How was high school from you? I'm starting high school, and so far I fucking hate it. To be honest with you, high school, I fucking hated it too. I never liked going to class. I hated doing all the academic bullshit behind it. And I was never really that popular of a kid in high school. In middle school, I used to have these huge, ridiculous Coke bottle glasses and braces. When I transitioned into 9th grade, in my particular town, we had 2 middle schools and 1 high school. So, in high school, when we transitioned, we had a new pool of people to, sort of get to know and to be friends with. So that was good for me because from middle school into high school, I ditched the glasses for contact lenses because my eyes finally stopped changing. And that summer, I also got my braces off. So I wasn't this nerdy looking fucking kid anymore. And like I said in my previous question, I played 3 different sports. So people were like, this kid's sort of weird. He's really, really nerdy because he does really good at school, but he's He's also very athletic and does sports. And he throws fucking kick-ass parties. I don't know what to do with this kid. I guess I'll like him, but I'm not really that close of friends with him. And that's pretty much what happened. I had a lot of acquaintances in high school. I had very few close friends. And I wasn't really that popular in high school. And here's a hint for you guys in high school. Popularity and being quote-unquote cool in high school doesn't fucking matter. When you get to college, everybody is lumped in the same boat and you can fucking start over again. So being cool in high school isn't a fucking big deal, alright? I know you guys might not see it now, but in the big picture, being cool in high school is not a fucking big deal. Next question is from HR Vatska for Life 1337 asks, how many of your friends / coworkers know about your YouTube channel and what do they think of it? Well, as far as I know, none of my coworkers really know that I do YouTube this in depth. Which is probably a good thing because, as I stated earlier, when I'm at work, I do my work. However, I am listening to YouTube videos, and perhaps it might look like I'm surfing on the internet all day, even though I'm not. One screen, I got 2 different screens at work. One screen is for coding, and one screen is for, just playing around. But some of my friends are subscribed to my YouTube. Shout out to my in real life friends right here. And they actually think my channel is fucking hilarious. Because I'm pretty much like this all the time. I'm like this in real life, in person too. One of my good gaming buddies that I actually lived with through all of college was a PR representative for Skype. And this person approached me and said, hey, I'm doing a story for Skype about how gamers on YouTube are using Skype in order to do interactions and projects. Can I do the story with you? And I said, yeah, sure, that would be fucking awesome. Let's do this thing. And he's like, well, there's only one problem. Your channel is not safe for work. So can you give me the channel of somebody who is PG-13 that you're working with? I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. Sorry, man. My channel's not PG-13. It is what it is. I do my own thing. And last but certainly not least, Carlos Valdosta asks, what are your favorite toppings for a baked potato? I love to drizzle it in amniotic fluid. There is nothing better than the excretions of a fucking fetus from a womb. No, I'm totally just kidding. It's sour cream. Gotta go sour cream. I used to be a butter guy, but then I got into cream cheese and sour cream. And trust me, folks, it's much better on that side. Alright, that's going to do it for the questions and the gameplay here. 42-21 Ziba Tower. Hope you guys enjoyed this shit. And if you have a question for me for the next episode of Getting to Know the Schlotz27, leave it down in the comments section. I am out like a boner in sweatpants. Until next time.